let's just have a little bit of fun. Okay, everybody, tonight I thought I'd do something a little bit different and take a look at what I think are the 15 greatest concert performances ever caught on video. And let me stipulate, these again are just my opinions. They're really my favorites. You can't really peg down the 15 greatest of anything. These are just the ones that I love the most. Also, I want to say, I'm not saying this is the greatest song this musician ever did, or this band ever did, or whatever. I'm just saying the stars lined up where you had a terrific performance, you had great video capture, you had a cool audience, and all those things together combined to make this a great, great piece of concert footage. So, without any ado, and by the way, not numbered, because there's no way to really best, worst, whatever of my 15. I'm just going to say next, 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 and we'll do all 15. So without any ado, here we go. First up, 1997. The Rolling Stones, Give Me Shelter, with Lisa Fischer on vocals. Everybody, this is as cool as the Stones have ever looked or will ever get. And the fact that really what made this 4 minutes of greatness so cool wasn't really about Jagger. It was about Lisa Fischer's incredible performance and the joy and love on Keith Richards' face as he's playing. There's a part of this where he just looks up at the sky and he's shaking his head like, this is the greatest thing ever to be able to do this. And the love and joy on his face, it cements it. It's a great chunk of concert footage that anybody should watch, everybody should see. It's pure joy, it's pure excitement, and it's got a powerhouse performance with Lisa Fischer in there, along with Mick Jagger, obviously. But with all of them combined, at the right time in the right place, one hell of a piece of film. 1983, live from California, the Divinyls, Elsie. Okay, I know. They're not like a big household name over here, except for that one I Touch Myself video and all that kind of crap. I know. But if you ever want to see a great concert performance of a song that is just so dark and so down and so connected to the strife of life, nothing will beat this song and nothing will beat this video. It is incredible. And to watch Chrissy Amphlett sing it, looking like this little evil, possessed troll that just is angry and suffering, and she lets out these guttural howls in the middle of it, and then at the end goes into performance art where she's taking lipstick and doing everything but trying to look glamorous. She's just destroying herself into this I don't know what you want to call it, the hell with it. It is phenomenal. Get out there and watch it. Get on there and check it out. 2006 from New York, on the whatever version of A Farewell Tale we're talking about. Ted Neely, Gethsemane, from Jesus Christ Superstar. I'm sorry. I have watched this over and over and over. His vocals on this are not the best vocals he ever laid out. His voice breaks. He's a little harsh that night. He was older. This isn't the guy that you might remember when he was 30 doing this. This is a much older man. But the passion he put into it, the power of the performance when his vocals break, the way he plays an angry Jesus, mad that he's been destined to be crucified, and he's questioning why, the rage, the anger, the way he plays it, the way his voice is, it is simply one of the most stunning performances I have ever seen live given by any person delivering a vocal powerhouse, whether in a band, on stage. I don't give a shit what it is. You have to watch it. You have to see it. You see it one time. If you're not tearing up, I don't know what to say. It is devastating. 2006, New York City. The Cult playing the Phoenix. Been a fan of the Cult for years. Ian's a weird guy. I don't know if I could be in a room with him. But always enjoyed their stuff. And this was one of those videos that was just captured, really showing a band playing really sweaty and grimy and nasty and just doing what rock and roll is supposed to do. They're in a smaller place in NYC, kicking that shit out hard. And there's one scene, I don't know who edited this thing or who directed it, I don't give a shit. But when they were playing through and John Tempesta comes right in, there's like a small half a second break and he just bashes back into the drums and you just see him like a caveman. Like you are flipping out and jumping out of your scene like, let's fucking go. Let's go. This is the shit. Let's go. It's so well. Is it their best song? No. But that moment on stage is amazing. Oh, by the way, check out Sun King. There was a video they did of Sun King them playing live. I can't remember where it was, but that was good too. Next, 1982, in Montreal, Canada, I might add. Queen doing the mighty Dragon Attack. I know it's not one of their hits. I know it's not one of their mainstays. But Dragon Attack is a kicking track, and that's just the way to look at it. And it was captured so well, and to watch them almost break into this almost jammy thing at the end of it. And the way Brian May plays these sleazy guitar licks during it. I could watch that over and over and over. Fred is marching all over the stage, doing his whole prancing around thing like he owns the joint. It is a great chunk of film. Yes, one of my other ones is Son and Daughter. It's a great tune, and it's just captured well. But that night, when I think of Queen, I go right to Dragon Attack, I go right to Canada. And the way it was filmed so amazingly, it's just like mind-blowing when you're watching it. Awesome, awesome moment in time. Next we got, from Montreux, 2013, the Purple One himself, Prince, playing I Could Never Take the Place of Your Man. Now let me explain this. If you've ever heard that song, it's very upbeat and it's very fast. We know. He comes out with his band Third Eye Girl at the time, and they play this shit so slowed down. And you listen to the words, slowed down. And it is a sad, depressing, heartbreaking song that where the swells of emotion is in the dynamic. Sometimes it's quiet, and sometimes they play it heavy. And it is just so friggin' good. And when Prince is trading back and forth lead solos with Donna Grantis at the end of it, you're just like, holy shit. And you can tell in the beginning, the crowd didn't even know what the hell song it was because he changed it so much. They didn't even know. And then when he starts singing the first lyrics, everybody's like, oh, what? He reimagined the song so much. I've never seen anybody do a reimagining of one of their own songs that well, that amazing. I wish this was the shit that he put out originally, honestly. Devastating piece of footage. I'm going to have all these things linked later on, so go watch it. London, 2009. Everybody knows, or they don't, I don't care. My favorite band in the world, King's X. Doing a little ditty called What Is This? This was the perfect amalgamation of a band, a song, a city, an audience, an incredible director, and a brilliant editor, putting together a devastating performance that goes on for 4 minutes. I've watched this over and over and over and over and said, this is what a band is supposed to be. It truly is one of the greatest filmed moments of my life, just watching this thing. It is the confidence, the swagger, but the understated. There's no braggadocious thing in there. They just know they're going to kill it, and they kill it. And the way Doug Pinnick screams numerous times during this, I'm like, oh my God, this is as good as it could ever get. Period, bar none, just the way it goes. I don't know what else to say. 1973. Hammersmith Ballroom, I might add. The one and only David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, Moon Age Daydream. I'm an alligator. It's dark. It's grainy. It's weird. The audience is into it. You got the immortal Mick Ronson on guitar. just laying out those crazy buzzy tracks. You can hear every string ringing. You can see when he changes things up and it just hits it a little bit out of order. It is what glam rock, that kind of shit, was so good at that time. And this was like the pinnacle of the coolness of it. And to think that they just basically stopped after this is kind of fucking buggy if you think about it. But that moment in time, every time somebody says to me Bowie or Ziggy Stardust, I go right to Moon Age Daydream. I go right to Hammersmith Ballroom, and I go 1973 and say, put that shit on. This is how you do it, kids. Also, 1973, Hawaii. The one and only Elvis friggin' Presley. American Trilogy. I am sorry. I am sorry. You know Elvis is cool. Stop fucking saying you don't think so. Elvis was cool. Well, maybe not in the last couple of years, but Elvis was cool. And to see him on stage giving this performance to that song is incredible. The way he just brings it down during the "Hush Little Baby, Don't You Cry," all that kind of shit. And the way that he looks at the band as they're playing, and the horn section builds, and the backup singers are growing, and they're all just about to cut loose, and he's just like, and he goes, hit it, like that. Yo, when that man was on point, that man was on point. And I don't think he ever beat that performance that night. It was amazing. 1978, Shepperton Studios. Filmed as a live concert for the end of a documentary movie. Call it what the hell you want. I don't care. The Who. Won't Get Fooled Again. Listen, folks. Tell anybody that listens. Anybody that wants to hear me say it, I don't care. It's just an opinion. When people say the Beatles, the Stones, which one? I say, The Who. This is a perfect encapsulation of what made that band incredible. Entwistle's just all over the place doing really the lead guitar work for all intents and purposes. Moon back there just bashing his brains out. Daltrey in peak form. And of course, Townsend is all over the place. He's jumping, he's throwing his guitar around, he's stepping on his chord, he's jumping out of his chord. It doesn't make a difference. When you see them, you're like, oh, I get it. Doesn't care. I don't care whatever you've seen, you know, whatever kind of music the Beatles did that you might love. And whatever kind of vibe that the Stones have that you might appreciate. When it came to being on a stage and putting out the shit, nobody from that era could beat The Who. It is what it is. Nobody. 1975, November, I might add. Kiss. She. From the Midnight Special. If anybody ever doesn't get what made Kiss, Kiss, you have to watch that performance. Just the way it goes. It's awesome. It shows you that really, I mean, there's enough, you know, smoke or whatever, fuck, it doesn't really make a difference. But you have to understand, Kiss was a band that played music. I know, that's kind of crazy. Everybody thinks of the, you know, the smoke bombs and the blood and the fire breathing and all the stupid shit. But at their heart, they were a rock and roll band. And when they broke into She on that Midnight Special performance, it showed people what they really were underneath all the crap, underneath all the stuff on top of it. They were just a great rock and roll band. And to watch them up there, each doing their thing, playing their part, Ace taking the solo, Peter bashing the drums, Paul sitting there being Paul Stanley, and Gene getting down on his knees and doing the whole stuff, not missing a note on his bass at the same time. That is what made Kiss a band that has been around for, I don't know, 50-something years. Who knows at this point? It doesn't make a difference. That performance, anybody who says, who are these guys? I say, go look at that, watch that, and then come back and ask me why they were what they were. Do it. Next, 1980. Manchester, England, I might add. Adam and the Ants, Physical. Yes, before Goody Two Shoes and all that kind of stuff. Adam and the Ants, you have to see, came from punk. They came from the punk era. And in the beginning, there was still a lot of that mixed in, that energy, that rawness mixed in. And this video from Manchester, shot grainy and dark and looking crazy. And by the way, there's a couple of other songs. Multiple songs from that show are just, I'm just pissing physical because I love the song and I think the thing came out great, but whether it's Kings of the Wild Frontier or fucking Dog Eat Dog, there were three magical performances from one night that showed you what that band really started out as. Dark, threatening, a little bit, the guys had some kinky shit in their songs. Doesn't make a difference. When you seen them that night, it was like, holy shit, this is gonna explode. This band is gonna fucking explode. And explode they did. Yes, it got more All Things for All People later on. It became a little bit watered down. Call it what you will, but when you see them in this environment in Manchester playing that show, you're like, whoa, this is the shit. 2009. I'm going to tell you a story about a woman I know. AC/DC, Whole Lotta Rosie. Let me explain something. For me, one of the great moments in time, or at any time, is when you see an audience building to an explosion. Right? You see Brian come out there and he's like, yeah, I don't know. When it comes to love, steal the show. He's keeping it tame. As soon as he breaks into the chorus and that band pops, that audience goes fucking crazy. It's a sea of humanity that just broke fucking loose. They're going every which way. There's bodies flying and flailing all over the goddamn place. It is one of those things where you watch it and you're like, holy shit, how can this be contained? How does not the roof come off? Well, actually, it was an open air building, so I guess you can't really use that analogy, but you get what I mean. How does this building not shake to the ground with that many human beings completely losing their shit simultaneously? Across the board. It's like these people were at this show, away from the doldrums of their lives, or how much money they have in their bank account and all the other problems that come. And all that they had that night was AC/DC, and it was building. And it was building. And when they cut into that and cut loose, all that shit just exploded out of them. Nothing beats that when you see it live. Nothing. The band almost becomes inconsequential. It's what the audience is doing. And on that night, at that show, that audience deserved every Grammy Award on planet Earth because what they were doing for music was unreal. 2001. Stone Temple Pilots. Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart. I don't know if I could have hung out with the guy for more than a few minutes because his ego got out of control and he had a lot of issues. But during that era, the grunge era, that whole thing that popped up, it's undeniable that Weiland was one of the best frontmen to ever take the stage. I mean, that guy was on fire. You watch him in that show when he was clean, he was all over the place. He was like a little, I don't know what the hell you call it, spinning top, bouncing all over that stage. And the way he was controlling that crowd, when he would just get there into positions and, whatever the fuck he was doing, and the crowd would lose their mother-loving shit. It was a connection between performer and audience that you don't get to see that often. And you get to see a guy who really, this was it for him. This was it. He'd been in a lot of problems, been in a lot of situations, got himself together, made a concerted effort, and for that brief period of time was drug-free and on fucking point. Everything after this was kind of downhill, but at that moment, he was on point. And you could look at that guy and say, best front man of the grunge era? There he is. There he is. That band, him, that song, which was cool, and the audience that was so into it. I don't know what else to say past that. It just is a magical moment. And the guy's so nice he made the list twice. What? Huh? That's right. The purple one. 1999. Back again. Not the song 1999, but the clip from 1999 for Motherless Child. Okay, everybody, my last thoughts. There are some people you watch and you just say, this is how you do it. This is a master at work. Prince, during that song, that night, mastery. What's so brilliant about it, beyond the fact that the song is just great, and his performance is great, it's the unbelievable control he has over his band and the audience. Whatever he does, the audience is reacting to, just from him putting out little hand gestures. In his band, you can see how much he's just free floating. He's like, this song is going to go somewhere and nobody knows where it's going but me, and everybody better have their shit together because everything this night with him, watch him, watch him. It's head nods, it's finger points, it's little shoulder shrugs, and bringing people in and bringing people out. I love one song after the breakdown, he gets in there and he starts coming into the main chorus. He starts kicking in, and the backup singer sings it with him like he had been doing the whole song. And without looking at him, Prince just goes like this. And that guy knew, cut out completely. And all of a sudden that voice just disappeared. And then it went over to the guitar player. And then he, with another gesture, the other musician, it was just, you're like, these people were so well rehearsed. He was so in their DNA that all they had to do was look at him, because that's what they had to do. They had to look at him the whole show. Forget what they were doing. They had to watch him as they played, as they danced, as they did everything, because you never knew when this guy was going to throw out a hand gesture or a nod or a point and change the song that night for that performance and do it in a way that will never be seen again. And give somebody something special that was unique and let the music take them where they were going that night instead of it being a, hey, let's just go by smooth and by the numbers. No, no, no. No, no, no. This was, we're going out there. This is going to go where it's going to go. The music's going to lead me where the music leads me. And we're going to do whatever the fuck comes to mind. And you better stay with me because I'm going to be guiding you. It was the shit. Okay, everybody. Be good, take care, and stay out of trouble. But more importantly, leave your list of great performances below. When you've seen something from a concert that was so devastatingly cool that you said to yourself, I will never forget that, and thank God that they caught it on film. And leave a link for everybody else to see in the comments. Just copy, paste, whoop, whoop, the thing. You can even timestamp it, which would really help, and stick it below in your concert, or in your comments, pardon me, so we can all get some joy out of it. Anyway, like I said, be good, take care, stay out of trouble. Kind to a stranger, be there for a friend, and most importantly, like the Reverend Herschel Happiness said, never, ever take any bullshit from anybody. See you soon.